Hey you guys, welcome to another day of Vlogmas. And today, guess what? I am going to be showing you guys what I plan on working on this week. So instead of doing a weekly plans video, which I did share my December sewing plans with you guys, so I'm just going to be tackling that pattern for a few days. And I'm going to take you on the ride with me as I prepare this pattern. So what we're going to talk about today, as you've seen in my intro, I'm going to be sharing the pattern with you. I'm going to be gathering my tools. I have already pre-washed my fabric. I read the instructions. I have already prepped my sewing area. So first, let's go ahead and talk about the pattern that I'm going to be working on this week, which is Butterick 6994. Now, I am looking at the back of the pattern envelope. Now, my pattern is PDF, so I have to tape it together and get it prepped, which is what I'm going to be doing as well. Now, I am planning on putting sleeves on this, and the sleeves I wanted to do is the pattern I already have a sew along for, which is Simplicity 3002. I did it in an animal print. I'll put it up here so you're able to see it, and drop it in the description box below. I plan on putting that sleeves on it because if you really know me very well, you know your girl is not a fan of sleeveless and having to do bias tape, okay? Now, I believe this is an average, it is an average to sew pattern. I'm not doing this as like a full sew along, but I will be taking you behind the scenes on what it's like putting it together. If for some reason I feel that there's an area that I need to probably break it down for you more, I will definitely show you that in the upcoming videos. All right. Now, the only notion that you're going to need for this is a 9-inch invisible zipper. So yeah, this one only takes 7 pattern pieces. So pattern piece 1 through 7, which is all the pattern pieces on here. For reference, I am doing view A for this pattern as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with Butterick 6994.
Is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot on my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for sell of it. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock. Go against me, that's a long shot. Cause I'm counting wins all around the clock. Never doubt me, boy, I don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while the option. Taking the wells, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down, no. My team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change, yeah.
All right, so now I am currently at the portion where I need to do some sizing up and check the measurement on the pattern. So this is where you could do any type of adjustments or anything like that. So what I did was I did these, I'm cutting a size 16. So according to the smallest size, it says a 45.5. Now, I never believe when they tell me the finished garment measurement is 45.5. I have to measure for myself because I need at least a 43. I am a 40.5 bust. I like 2 to 2.5 inches of ease in the bust to where I'm not feeling like a pancake in anything that I wear, right? So with that being said, I am looking for roughly about a 42.5 to a 43 inch bust as the finished garment measurement. Now this says it is a 14.5, and then the back is a 24. That gives me a 38.5. So if I'm going for a 42 or a 43, so if I am going for a 42.5, I need to add 4 inches. So I'm just going to put a line and say need to add 4 inches, which means that I need to add 1 inch to the side seam. So 1 inch on this side. And this is the back seam. So I don't need to add it to the back seam. I need to add it to the side seam. So I need to add it to this side right here. Now, when it comes to the front, I need to add it to this side right here, not the center front. I need to add it to this side seam. So I'm going to add 1 inch because 1 inch plus 1 inch is 2 inches. And then I'm going to add 1 inch on this side because 1 plus 1 is 2, which gives me 2 inches at the side seam on the back and 2 inches at the side seam on the front. So total, I would have 4 inches that I added to give me a 42.5 inch bust measurement. That's not the waist, I'm sorry. This is the bust. Now, when it comes to the waist, I'm going to do the same thing. This is the waistline right here. So what I'm going to do is measure across the front and the back. So let me go ahead and do that. So I get 19.25. So I started at 1. I always start at 1 instead of like at the very end. So it's 19.25. So for a size 16, it is 19.25. Okay. Now I have to take out the seam allowance, which is times 2. First, I have to multiply by 2 because I'm going to cut 2 back pieces. So I'm going to take 19.25 times 2, which is 38.5. And then I have to subtract out the seam allowance, which is 2.5, which is 5/8 plus 5/8 on one piece, and then 5/8 plus 5/8 on the other piece, which is 2.5. We talked about this before. So that's 36-inch waist just for the back, which means that it flows away from the body instead of stay there. Now my waist is the 34. So with that being said, 33.5 to 34, right? So this back piece is going to be extra big anyway. So it doesn't matter because it's supposed to flow away from the body anyway. I really want to horn in on the bust to make sure the bust measurement fit. I already know it's going to fit in the waist. So I'm not concerned about the waist right now. I'll check my hips. And even though this does not give you a hip measurement, what I'm gonna do from the waist is I'm gonna measure down 9 inches, because roughly from my waist to my hips, it's roughly about 7 to 9 inches. So I'm gonna check. It's actually 9 inches for me. So I'm gonna do 9 inches down from the waist and mark a line all the way across. All right, so now that I have the hip line marked all the way across, I'm gonna measure that. Now my hips is a 46.5 to 47. So with ease for sitting down and everything, I like to do about a 49. That gives me 2 to 2.5 inches of ease. So all I'm gonna do is measure across once again. And that gives me a 23.5. So a size 16 is a 20. I'm sorry, let me measure that again. Yes, 23.5. So I'm going to take 23.5, multiply that by 2, and that's simply because the back pattern piece is 2 pieces. 23.5 times 2 is a 47, and then take out the seam allowance of 2.5. I'm sorry, 23.5 times 2 is 47 minus 2.5, which is 44.5. Now I have to add the front pattern piece the same way. So I'm going to do the waist and the hip measurement for the front. So now I have my front. One thing I have to do is the same thing I did on the back pattern piece, and that's to measure 9 inches from the waistline to make the hip line. So I'm going to measure 9 inches from the waist. All right, so now I have my hip line done. And now what I'm gonna do is measure across, but I'm gonna start at this 16. So I have to measure from the 16 all the way across, which gives me 11.375. And 11.375 is 11 3/8. So I'm gonna take that, multiply it by 2 because it says cut 2, okay? So I'm gonna take that, 11.375 times 2 is 22.75. Subtract out the seam allowance, which is 2.5. And I get 20.25. So now what I'm gonna do is add the 2 numbers together for my waist. So I'm gonna write waist here. And then I'm gonna take the 36 plus the 16.75, 36 plus 16.75, and that's gonna give me 52.75. That is more than enough room for my waistline. That's more than enough room. And no, I'm not going to take it in because this is meant to be away from the body instead of on the body, okay? And then the hip measurement is 44.5 plus 20.25, which gives me 64.75, way bigger than my hips, but it's supposed to flow away from the body, okay? So size 16 works good for me. However, the only thing I need to do is size up this bust. So what I'm going to do is at this bust line, I'm going to add 1 inch, but I'm just going to add 1 inch and curve it in. So basically, I'm going to add 1 inch here, but definitely curve it back into the waist measurement. So I'm going to do that for both pieces. And then the rest of the pattern pieces, I'm just going to cut a size 16, okay? So I know you're wondering now, before I do that, we have a side front. Now, I'm not gonna add 4 inches just yet because I have not added in this side front. I almost missed it, and I probably do not need to add anything else at the moment, simply because there's a side front and I need to see what that measurement would be before I add any inches to my bust. Okay, so how I figure out my side bust measure, my side front measurement, is you have to basically match up the side seams. Okay, so this is the front, and you're gonna match this notch with that notch. Okay, so first of all, you have these two notches right here, which matches up with, let's make sure we are doing this right. So you're just gonna match those two seams up, okay? So let me go ahead and match it up now, and then take my measurement. So go ahead and do that now.
You're taking the words from me. It's like I forget to speak. You're stuck in a circle of thoughts. Just give me your therapy.